a good beginning. And I'm back. It's Monday, April 23rd, day after Earth Day. It's a really nice day. It is so nice. It's going to be about 70, and so I'm out. I'm going to be out riding, and it's probably one of the best days of the year so far, especially for riding. And I want to get back, and hopefully things will cooperate. A little touchy there in my beginning, but got my bike back from the mechanic, and got my annual checkup, and good thing I did. We say goodbye to my wife. Yeah, some problems. I'm embarrassed. My front brake pad was gone. I mean, I was scraping metal there. And mechanic told me, like, if I had been riding a lot more, there would have been some serious trouble there. So glad that was taken care of. I had some weird oil problems. I'm not the best mechanic, and I think it was probably around November I did my last oil change. And they didn't have my normal oil, and so the guy at the shop told me, like, you could probably use this, and he suggested another brand, and he says it was just as good, so I took his word for it. Not the best cold weather oil, and not that I was really riding a lot during the winter, but on the days, probably like once a week, I might get a chance to commute to where I'm teaching. It was like riding with tar in the car, in the engine case. It was horrible. I mean, it was like really slow when I would sort of roll off the throttle like I am now, and I'm gliding here. I'm gliding to stop. I'm putting the brakes on, and it would like just almost stop. I mean, like almost stop and tip over. And it was shocking. It was almost like the feeling I was riding with the handbrake on or something like that if you had a car. So, and he said, yeah, that probably could be the oil. There might be something that's going on. I had a weird shudder going through the bike whenever I would first start up, especially going between 3 and 4K on my revs. And he said that might be related to, my spark plug could be dying. I wasn't sure. And my biggest worry was I just crossed over to 15,000 miles. Yay! And I thought, okay, maybe my drive belt needs to be replaced, because I thought I read in the user manual that around 14,000 miles you should replace it. And he said, no, you're good. So I took it in, and about 3 days later I got the call back, and oh my god, it is so much better. Smooth. It's good to have the bike back to where it used to be. And I was a little depressed, I wasn't riding, and it wasn't, I was riding and didn't feel good, and I missed the feel of a nice smooth ride. I had taken it for granted, and I'm not going to do that anymore. And but I also know I'm going to fight to get back to where I was before with things, and I'm so glad that it's working now. It's so much smoother, and maybe it could be some warm weather, but yeah, I'm having some slight startup issues. And he said that my battery wasn't like fully charged, and I have a little cable which runs outside on the side of my bike that I can connect a trickle tender to. And he said that probably the last time I did it, I may have blown the fuse. And that I wasn't really charging my battery at all. He said it was good, it was okay, and again, good thing I probably wasn't riding a lot during the winter. But I wonder if that's kind of related to some of these weird startup problems I just had. Who knows? Not a really good place to take our bike. Which really are. So, I'm riding again. And I hope a lot of you are doing the same. I hope now you're at the point wherever you are living that the weather is cooperating. You're getting your bike out. Some of you might winterize your bike and just wait for a certain day, certain month to go out. And wow, land shark. And that's great. However, I think what I really want to talk about is just returning to that, getting ready for riding again, especially if you haven't been doing it for a while. And one of the first things that I'm going to say to acknowledge and to be aware of is that you're probably rusty. And that if you haven't ridden for a while and getting back into the rhythm, getting back into things that might be second nature, but since you've been out of practice may not come back as smoothly as you like. And for me, that would be seeing, looking ahead, being aware of everything around you. One of my first big principles of riding is see and be seen, and you have to do that. So about maybe a month ago, I was riding exactly where I am right now. This is the Admiral Wilson Boulevard. It was about 5 o'clock in the morning. The sun hasn't come up. It was dark, and you see this little wall to the left of me. There's a lot of shadows there, and I'm doing about 60, and up ahead, almost boom, right where I am right now, I see something in my lane, something in the shadow of this wall over here, this divider. It was a full-grown German Shepherd walking down the lane towards me. Now keep in mind, 5 o'clock in the morning, I was really the only person on this road, and this dog was walking towards me, and I'm glad I saw it. I was awake, I was not deep in thought, I was being aware of my surroundings, and I sort of shifted over to the right lane, passed the dog, missed him by about 5 or 6 feet, swung back over. The dog didn't even look at me, just went on by like it does this every morning, out to go get a bone or something, I don't know. But I don't want to hit a full-grown German Shepherd doing 60 miles per hour. That is not a good day for any of us. And I'm glad I was awake, I was aware, I was looking. And so that's my other point, is if you are getting back and you do feel rusty, don't ride at night, don't ride early in the morning, ride during the daytime where you can clearly see everything. Get into that rhythm of riding again, of shoulder checks, checking your mirrors, following distance. Again, that 2-second following distance I think is a really good rule to follow, and I would suggest to do that. And don't push yourself, you know, don't try and do, I don't know, don't wide open throttle, don't be a speed demon, don't try and do any tricks or anything. Take it easy. And then, you know, there are some other maneuvers I would say to be aware of, U-turns and things like that. You know, they may not come back to you as readily as you'd like. Yep, thank you. It was yesterday. My wife and I were going for a ride, and you know, just in the neighboring town, and we were going down one particular road. Really nice houses around, but I know at the end it's a kind of a dead end, small little cul-de-sac where I can make a U-turn, and I've made it, I don't know, dozens of times before. However, there was a lot of recent construction going on in this neighborhood, and you know, we've had a lot of storms lately, lots of rain, bad weather, and so there was a berm of debris and gravelly sand at the end, and so I slowed and I turned into it, probably doing about, I don't know, 5-10 miles per hour, ready to do a U-turn. And luckily I thought, let me just take this really, really slow and cautious, rather than start to do my shoulder turn, looking over my shoulder, which I usually do for U-turn, and my front wheel just started to slip out from me. And, my leg came out, I rightened my tire, I rightened the bike, and we were okay. But, it was a little scary. And, it wasn't so much that I was rusted. I haven't really done a U-turn. It was that I wasn't prepared for these new road conditions. And that's another thing about spring. The roads are going to be different, especially you live in an area that's had lots of snow, lots of rain, lots of really bad weather. There could be a lot of debris in the oh shit, I just lost my camera. Could be a lot of debris. Oh wow, my camera just fell off. Well, I just lost my new 5K camera. So much for the new sticky pad staying on there. I would be pretty pissed, but I only paid $50 for it, which is a lot, but not a lot compared to other cameras. So yeah, that was not meant to be. That's pissing me off. Wow, it just flipped right off. Oh well, what can you do? Okay, so let's get back to the 300-pound elephant on my bike. Just lost my camera, but you know what? I gotta be honest. It's an okay camera, and I have been jonesing for another camera. I really want to get a 360-degree camera. And I'm seeing that maybe putting something on my mirror right here is not the best place. This is the second... Oh. You idiot. Put your stupid hazard lights on. Anyway, second time it's fallen off. The first time it didn't fall off completely, but this time, wow, it just fell off and toppled into my flatboards here, and then fell into the road. So, maybe this gives me a reason to get one. Got to switch over a little lane. And maybe look for a different camera. Rethink how I want to put my cameras on my bike. And it just could be that whatever this glue pad that I had, whatever this camera, because it was $50, that's a crappy glue pad. I don't know. Could be just a lot of vibrations coming up through my bike. It's just gonna rock it off. But anyway, I think I might have to rethink where I'm gonna put it again. I get. I'll leave that as a surprise, and enjoy the new weather. Enjoy yourself out there, but be careful. Like I said, you might be a little rusty. Take your time. There's a lot of days ahead of us, so have fun. But that's it for today. See you guys.